Shall we
Yes,
start
yes.
from what? So, would you like to take the honor of introducing yourself first?
Yeah, yeah, why not? My name is Season. I am from UP. My hobbies are playing badminton, reading English books, and watching English cartoons and some English, international news channels, especially for learning English. And if I talk about my education, so I am postgraduate in English, and I have learned British and American English from foreign teachers. So this is my brief introduction.
Okay, great to hear about you. Okay, so my name is Vastu Murmu, and I am talking to you from Jharkhand. If I talk about my education qualifications, so I have got bachelor degree from Dumka University. And if I tell you about my hobby, so I like playing football. Apart from it, I do run a YouTube channel. The name of the channel is Learn English with Vasudev. This is my short introduction.
Wow, great. So, bro, when you started learning English,
Yeah, it's been more than 1 year, and if I talk about my YouTube journey, so maybe tomorrow I will complete 1 year. Yes.
okay.
By the way,
Do you
you
still
re-
study?
you are new to this application, or you are practicing? But I think I didn't watch your video. Maybe.
No, actually, I have uploaded some videos on my channel, which name is Global English Zone, ZONA. Actually, I have started talking to people recently. It's been around, I think, 25 or 26 days.
Okay, so in introduction that you are learning American and British accent, right?
Yeah, I have learned these things,
Okay, you have learned.
how
Oh
to
my
speak,
God.
how to understand.
Right now with me, in which accent you are talking to me right now?
Well, I always try to speak in British because I like that. And in our country, British English is taught everywhere, in all the colleges, schools, everywhere. Since Britishers ruled over us, that's why British English is here taught in our English. I mean, in our country, in India.
Okay, so right now you are talking to me in British accent.
It is, yes, you can say, because it is a bit different. Like when I speak like CAN, we say can, and in British it becomes can. If we say king, it becomes king, kingdom, camel, carrot, like this. And there are some
Hmm.
other differences according to the rule.
Yeah, okay. So why do you think that we should learn different kinds of accent as well? Already we are learning with
No,
this language with standard English. So what do you think?
no, no, it is not important for anyone to learn different accents. Since I have learned this thing because I was interested. So I learned British English, American English, French English, German English, Spanish, Japanese, Korean, and different kind of things that I spoken in the world at this time.
Hmm.
So learning these things, if you are interested at that time, that is a different thing. But it is not important for anyone to learn a lot of accents. The thing that matters, whatever accent you have, you should try to speak all the words and sentences properly. The pronunciation should be correct. And our Indian accent is also just no one can say that it is bad, but pronunciation should be correct because sometimes it creates a kind of confusion in understanding what someone wants to say,
Hmm.
right?
Yes. By the way, I think that really, Vicky, really maybe you are a very hardworking person. That's the reason you have learned it. And but from it, by the way, how much time did you take to learn all these things?
Daily,
No, no, I am asking you that
how?
how much time have you taken for learning this type of accent?
I mean, when I started my journey, right? How many
No, no,
years ago?
I am talking about your accent. How much time did you take for learning your
Actually,
accent?
actually, I cannot. Actually, even I'm not sure when I started. I started my journey of learning English around 6 years ago. Then first of all, I learned Indian English. grammar rules and regulations. And after that, since I am a student of literature, English literature, so we had to study literature too, like how English came in the world, how it came in India, and what were the rules. I mean, why we are taught this English, some
Mm-hmm.
regions, why English is not removed from our country, and what if we remove it here? What if we remove this language from this country? Can it be done or cannot be done? What kind of problems may arise there? So all these kind of things we had to study, and along with that, when I started doing the practice, then I realized they think that I used to mispronounce the words.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes people speak something else. Whenever they have to speak something, they speak something else. As you know, democracy. People say it is democracy, lokatantra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people say it is democracy, but it is not democracy, but it is democracy. We live in a
Mm-hmm.
democratic country. That is. So these kind of small mistakes I used to make. But when I came in the contact of my foreign teachers, like American teacher and British teachers, after that I bought some dictionaries and books that they recommended me for buying. And after that I studied all those things. Actually the dictionaries were really very thick. They are 2000 pages, 2200 pages. So from there I studied and learned these things. And now I think now it has become good to some extent. Pronunciation.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, I don't know this much difference any minor points like, but sometimes I think that we should learn. Why? Because when we are talking to the person who belongs to another country, at that moment we are unable to get them. Why? Because we know English, but even after knowing all these things, because they speak their language with accent. Okay, at that moment, getting them is very difficult. So sometimes I think, but if we have
Yeah, yeah.
time, so
Actually,
this is the one kind of
I learned all these. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'm saying that that's the reason sometimes I think that if we know English, okay, but due to their accent we are unable to get them. So at that moment we think that after learning English also, it means we are follow something inside, right? Don't you feel like sometimes like that?
Yeah, yeah, it happens. Actually, I learned all these things, like British and American, all these things, because it is very big problem for most of the students to understand foreigners. They cannot understand. Even I also faced a lot of problems in understanding it, and it was very tough for me to understand, especially Americans, because they speak their rules and regulations are quite different. So it was very tough. But when I read all the rules of American English, that they speak these words like this, like there is a word that we say missile, right? Missile that is used in the war or battle, we can say. But they say missile, missile, only missile, and we say missile. We say tomato, they say tomato,
Mhm.
right?
Yes. By the way, have you tried to talk to them who are belong to
Yes,
abroad?
yes.
This
I
accent.
have talked to I have talked to some teachers from America, and then I asked about this thing. That whenever I speak American English, at that time I was talking with the teacher in American English. So I asked about this thing. Is there any problem? I mean, when I speak it, so is there any problem in my pronunciation or American style? So the teacher said that it is okay, but you have to practice some more. I mean, some more days. You have to practice it for some more time, and after that, it will be okay. So and I had talked around I don't know around 1 year or 2 years ago. So it's a very long time.
Mm-hmm. So nowadays, if you talk to them, so definitely maybe they will appreciate you that you are talking to them with their accent.
Actually, I was busy in my preparation, examination preparation. That's why I could not do that. But now I will start talking to all the people. Right? As I have learned the rules of different countries, how the people speak in different countries. So I will try to talk with them in their accents at that time.
Yeah, and one another problem is that if we talk to them, so we will have to pay money sometimes. We can't talk to them free for free. So this is also one problem. And
Yeah,
for
yeah.
practice, Right now we are practicing without paying money, so this is for free like that. And earlier